All right. Welcome, everyone, to yet another. Whoa. Hold on one second. Let me position myself here kind of in the middle. Yet another live stream, unplanned live stream. We just hit record and go. Right?
It's nice. It's
Go
nice
live
to
and
see
go.
everybody.
Why
Wow.
not?
Hello, everybody. I know there's a lot of comments. Let's knock this out, okay, Gus?
Yeah.
There was a tragic cave diving death. We all are aware of it.
Yeah.
We're really sad. We do know who it is, but we don't know any facts. Now, you know our style. If we don't know any facts, let's not make assumptions. Let's not say we think or this is probably what happened. But what we will say is, obviously, I'm really sad.
Yeah.
That's about all I would want to say about it right now.
Yeah. We're never going to be the first ones to talk about a tragedy to exploit views and clicks or whatever. We'll be last. I don't care. We knew him. He was always awesome to me every time, we met. And, if you guys want to see them talk about it and speculate, there's a ton of other channels that love to do that. They don't care about families and whatever. They just want to be the first ones to get all the clicks. So, so be it. We're not going to do that. So that's it. I just wanted you guys to know, we know about it. We know that it happened, and we're just not going to get into that. Cool.
Okay, so that's done. Let's talk about whatever else you guys want to talk about.
Well, before we start answering other questions, I will say that we're running very, very low in rooms for the meetup.
That's what we need to talk about.
Right.
Go for it.
Guys, if you have been holding up on registering for the meetup, I think this Friday we have to close up registrations, or not close up registrations, but this Friday, the room bank that we have ends. They will not, justify. They will not allow us to just continue to book rooms with impunity. At that point, the resort can sell the rest of the rooms, and we will not be able to guarantee a room. So,
yes.
If you are thinking about registering for the meetup in Bonaire, July 6th through 13th, do it between now and Friday, because we're about to shut it down. So
and it's going to be amazing. I mean, it really is. It's hard to describe the vibe for those of you who have been on our meetup trips. It's so cool. We all dive together, support each other, eat together, and we have great speakers. We're going to bring the Dive Talk Goes. We'll be able to try those out in the swimming pool there. The resort is magnificent. Gus, can you do me a favor? Really quickly talk about the two confirmed speakers, because I think they're pretty special.
Yep, absolutely. So the first one, we announced it already. Jill Heinerth, legendary cave explorer. She's on a ton of documentaries. She has documentaries about herself, done about her life. And we're very excited, not only because she's going to join us and dive with everyone for a week, which is, people dream about meeting her, let alone she's my dive buddy on this dive, which we're excited about. But also her new documentary, not yet released. They said that we're going to be able to show it to our people at the meetup, which is great. So we're going to have the worldwide premiere,
so cool,
of the documentary about Jill Heinerth at the meetup. And the second speaker that we're going to have is Gareth Locke, who's a security expert. He wrote The Human Factors in Diving.
We just did a video with him.
We just did a video with him. I think it was this week, I guess, 2 days ago. Yeah. And Gareth is also going to be joining us and diving with all of you at the meetup. So that's exciting. Two great speakers.
Definitely.
And we're already secure a speaker for next year's meetup. Which I'm excited about. So we invited somebody and said, I can't go this year, but I'll go next year. So
next year we'll announce that one. But we've got Doug Ebersol there again. He's always full of knowledge. Mike Young will be there again. It's going to be great. We have a lot of people going. I think we're well over 110 people. The resort is magnificent. Gus used our credit card and visited. I didn't get invited on the visit, but I mean, now great. I get to come to, wasn't it awesome though, Gus? The rooms, the boat, you said it's full concierge level. Like, they bring your gear on the boat and then they bring your gear off the boat. Amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people were waiting on that, tax refund thing. That tax to come back and register. But again, 2 days. That's all we got.
Yeah, I mean, jump on it. So it's on our website, right? Or is there a separate?
DiveTalkMeetup.com.
DiveTalkMeetup.com.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for all of it.
Jump on
right now, but definitely sign up because
that's it.
It's gonna be epic.
All right, awesome. Let's see. Okay, I'm just trying to now read some questions. We got those things. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that stuff. Let's see. I want to talk about other stuff. Let's see. I'm reading.
Go explore the caves in the Dominican Republic. I would love to.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, that would be cool. Let's see. What else? How much is the meetup? Depends on the occupancy and the type of room that you want. So we have a couple of different rooms, junior suites and grand suites. And if you want to stay alone in a room, it's more expensive than if you want to do double occupancy and share your room with someone else. Of course, that's cheaper. So it really depends.
I am going to be diving the Dive Talk Go, our new rebreather every dive. I think Gus is as well. And it's just so awesome, man. You jump off the boat. But this is I don't want people to think, oh, this is going to be a bunch of technical diving. I got to be careful with that. It's not. Everybody can. If you're open water certified, you can come on this trip. Basic open water certification. You don't need anything more. And we're all going to be together, and we're all going to be diving. Thank you, Serenity Johnson.
Super chat. Awesome. We appreciate that. Absolutely. Let's see.
Wow, Patrick. You are always.
Patrick Shane.
Seriously,
showing
man.
up.
You're really. You've been
That's
a supporter.
Patrick's going to be at the meetup.
Oh, awesome, Patrick. And you're going to love this, Patrick, by the way. You're going to love the Dive Talk Go. But I should just also mention that you really have been a supporter of us from really, really early on. Like right away, early years. And we always enjoy being with you and diving with you.
Love diving with Patrick, too. Yeah. Okay, what do you know about the differences between the Sidewinder and the Fathom Gemini CCR? So they're very similar. Obviously you can tell that even the guys from Fathom say that the Sidewinder heavily inspired the Gemini. It's one of those things where you see something in the market that does very well, and it's hard for me not to tweak it. Like, I do not own a single rebreather that I haven't modified. All right, because you dive it and you're like, I want to change this, I want to change that. So these guys saw the Sidewinder, they probably dove it a bunch, and then they're like, I think these few things could be different, and they came up with their own model. So they're very similar. All right, let's see. What else do we have? You guys should look if you can go into the Neutral Buoyancy Lab. We already looked into that. We applied to go and make an episode. We would love to go, but it was like, we'll submit your paperwork, we'll let you know, and like it was back and forward, but the person that's in charge of it is in maternity leave, and like anyway, there's a million excuses or reasons why we didn't go. We hope we can go, especially Woody. He says he knows more about space than everyone, so that's gonna be interesting.
Well, not that everybody, but
yeah,
most.
Right.
It's similar to you being a doctor that you often announce.
How far is the sun, by the way? Do you know?
I'm confused that you're not a doctor, though.
I know, a lot of people are. But how far is the sun from here?
The sun?
If you had to guess, yeah.
In terms of, I measure it by light speed.
Okay, sure.
It takes about 8 minutes for that light to get
8
here.
8 minutes, 20-something seconds. That's true. Okay, well.
You are blown away right now that I know that.
I am.
You have to admit. Just go ahead and say it.
Away.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you even know that. But yeah, 93 million miles. The sun is far. 150 million kilometers. All right.
And that's like nothing compared to now what they're discovering stuff that is 16 billion light years away. which is like when the
Big Bang, yeah.
when the universe first formed, like 300 million years after
let's not get into space because then all the flat earthers are gonna start chiming in. I promise you, they're
No.
everywhere. It's like a
Really?
dude.
It's a new.
It's like they get paid to chime into channels. And
Okay. Wait. It's
talk
amazing to
Yeah.
watch these specials. Can you guys tell me the safety hazards of diving a river? I think this is a good question. I live in Wisconsin. I think it says Wisconsin.
But which river?
And there are rivers, whatever, and there are rivers more than lakes. So look, rivers have strong current. That's the risk of a river, right? I mean, you've got to learn how to handle high-flowing rivers, low visibility, obstacles in the water, huge depth changes, quick depth changes. Those things can blow you straight up. I mean, a risk could be that you get blown back to the surface or wedged into a rock. You need to dive with somebody in that river that knows that river.
Yeah.
Or you could have a lot of serious accidents.
And again, it depends on the river. If you do the Chattahoochee here, the risks are corpses,
That thing's a mess. I mean, who knows what you're going to find?
It's a disaster. Okay, a couple of shout-outs here. So hello from Germany, Cologne. Awesome. Fun fact about Cologne. It was in a story of my very first episode of Hardcore History. It's my favorite podcast to listen to. And he's Dan Carlin, who is the guy that records Hardcore History, is, in my opinion, the greatest podcaster that ever lived.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So fun fact about the stuff that I listen to. And then somebody asked me if I'm from Venezuela. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm
Born and
sorry.
raised.
Somebody said
Yeah.
the Funstead. I sent you guys like 20 emails and tried all sorts of different ways. I'm so sorry. What did you send us 20 emails on? Because unfortunately, I'm not monitoring the Dive Talk emails that often because there's like thousands of them. What was it about? Because,
Yeah. Was it about my car warranty?
Or maybe it was about the meetup. If you had questions on the meetup, I bet maybe some of them came in that way and you had questions. So that's not good. I will admit.
Hello from Brazil. Hello from Munich. I'll be in Munich in a few weeks.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully there's some good stuff there. I've never been to Germany. It's one of those countries in Europe that I've missed for some reason. I've been to Belgium. I've been to Austria. I've been to all around Germany. Not Germany.
I have been to Munich a few times, but mainly because of the skiing in that whole area. You're not far from amazing Alps skiing. It's really modern looking city, Munich. They rebuilt, obviously, the whole place after World War II.
All right.
Must do at the Georgia Aquarium because I'll be taking my kids there.
Diving
Yeah,
at
the
Georgia
diving,
Aquarium?
the
Sure.
diving,
Absolutely.
the diving in the Ocean Voyager at the Georgia Aquarium. That is the must do. It is a must do.
Yeah.
No, Dan doesn't change their mind. In fact, the CEO reached out. We need to actually, Gus, we're waiting on you to respond. I've said when I can go. So he's ready to meet now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. If you're in Germany, you should go to Lübeck to see the Draeger diver exhibit. That would be cool. I have a Draeger t-shirt that they gave me. It's pretty cool. Military rebreather.
Hello from Australia. Hello.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
going on vacation, by the way, not diving related, just going with my wife on vacation to Europe. We're
Nice.
going to Germany and a couple other places.
Will the new rebreather come in pink color? Well, we are going to be making a outer skin for it that will allow you to have the lettering on it in various different color options. So the rebreather itself will not be a color option, but the skin will give you some color options and loop loop covers can match that color option. So there's some things in process right now where you will have some cool options for the colors that you like.
Benoit is asking, where can I find the info on the meetup? So divetalkmeetup.com. All the information will be there. So go check that out.
Quickly,
how do you say that last name since you're an expert?
Quickly
Benoit.
Oh, Dejanois. That's so easy. I speak French forever.
Okay.
Dejanois?
Yeah.
Dagenau.
Are open water divers able to dive alone? I'm going to get my certification,
No.
but all my friends are too scared to try it out.
No.
I
I'll
would
just say no.
suggest, well, I mean,
Don't dive alone.
You can always do anything once. But what I'm saying is, I would suggest finding dive buddies in your town. Like, there's a ton of Facebook groups that will have, like, insert name of town here and then dive buddies. Typically, that's the name. So, like, if you're in, I don't know, Miami, it would be like Miami dive buddies. And then there's a bunch of people who's like, hey, I want to go Saturday, Sunday, whatever. And they'll start getting together and dive. So
I've been sent an email a while ago. I've been asking if you guys watched the movie The Dive.
I have not.
Nope. But okay, we'll check it out. Let's see what else.
All right, let's see. Archaeological sites in Napoli, Italy. Dude, we got to go to Italy. Like,
Just
I
for the
love
food
Italy,
alone.
number one. But number two, diving sounds like it's pretty epic.
It does sound epic.
Yeah, let's go.
Along with
Another
pizza.
Venezuelan. Dude, there's a lot of Venezuelans here in this chat, which is great.
Wow, cool.
But one of them was in Hong Kong, which I don't even know why you're awake in Hong Kong because I assume it's like 3 a.m. And number two, if the other guy is in Venezuela, I'm not sure how you're even seeing this because the internet there is terrible. So I'm surprised. Both Venezuelans on the chat, by the way.
A lot of comments on you're looking good, you're looking healthy.
People think that I
think
lost
it's your
weight.
haircut.
They don't believe that we got a new lens.
No, Gus has done a
removes all
great
the
job
weight.
of losing weight. I think he's working
It's a
out
new-
a little.
It's
He's
a new lens.
and the haircut helps. I think
Yeah, so there we go. Somebody commented on the, I got a haircut and a new lens. Somebody commented that they have South Florida beach divers and snorkelers, 6,000 members. See, I told you, there's
Very cool.
groups where you can find
That's
buddies.
great.
You don't have to.
I know in Lauderdale by the Sea, they were always announcing these meetups on the beach where a bunch of divers would just go out together.
Yeah. What's your favorite video that you've made? Oh, man, that's hard.
Wow, that's a great question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know
always
which one.
answer
I
with-
still love the stereotypes.
The
I don't know why.
stereotypes.
It was an early on one. We really are going to do a instructor stereotype. We got to get it done.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. You know why I loved it? We laughed more making it than you probably ever laughed watching it. Every second we were laughing at ourselves.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one though was still when I ran away because I didn't want to give the tip and I started sprinting. That was hilarious.
The dive and run guy. No, but the other one,
Thanks
so
for the
that
super
that
chat.
one was fun. I think I always answered that my favorite video to make that I enjoyed the most was the speaker announcement for the last year's meetup. I really love that because I found the perfect music, Mexican music, and I timed the speakers with the music
good.
and stuff. I love that. It was like
great.
my favorite one that I've ever made. But I think right now I have to say the ones Josh made because I had to do nothing. I was just a talent. I was just there to dive.
was
He
nice.
filmed and edited everything.
It was great.
They were my favorite.
Really well done. Thank you
Yeah.
for the super chat. It says the Scott Bots.
Yeah,
Whatever
Scott
that is.
Butts.
Okay. Let's
Bumblebee
see.
tuna. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I have been training a good bit. I work out.
Hmm.
I try to work out daily. I didn't get one in today. I'm a little tired today, but trying to just stay in shape. It's good to be in shape. Good exercise.
Wow,
Gift you 10
Sam,
Dive
here
Talk
we go.
memberships. So
Here we go.
awesome, man.
Last time we did one, we gave away like dozens of memberships, which, well, we didn't. Our members gave away dozens of memberships. So we appreciate that. Sam,
Look at
Sam,
that.
who I think Sam is coming to the meetup too. So
Thank
I'm
you.
excited. Oh, Jorge's here too. One of our Dive Talk Go divers.
He is. He's.
Jorge's getting after it.
I could see him being an instructor on it. He's really
Yeah.
very good at it.
Dude, we should go to
Can you
Cuba
explain what
one
line
day.
traps mean? Basically, imagine that you're running a line, and the line basically like traps you up against like an area that you cannot go any further. So if you were blind coming out of that and you were just holding that line, it's gonna take you into like a wedged area, and now like the corner of this microphone, it's like I'm trapped. I can't. Where's the other line?
Yeah.
You can't go beyond it to grab the other line, right? So you're like,
Well, no. So line traps are, in simple words, is line traps happen that if you follow a line blind, you will be trapped. That's what a line trap is. So the idea is, for example, if
exactly what I just said.
If there is a crack, right, and you swim lane line and swim around the wall or around, let's say, the rock or whatever, when you get to the other side, the line will move into the crack. So if you're coming out and you don't see the wall, you won't be able to swim around it. You just follow the line and then get wedged onto the rock.
Can't go anywhere. You
Right.
know, because you remember you're only holding the line. You can't see, so it takes you into a can't go any further.
Wait, Patrick gave away 10 more memberships.
Wow.
Jorge gave away 10
Oh,
memberships
man.
as well.
That's
So
awesome.
memberships are flying. For those of you who are members for the first time, please make sure you check out the members-only videos, which I still haven't uploaded the video of our dives from Mexico. So thank you, guys.
One of my best dives was a night dive during a storm. Lightning looks flat. Flashes that lit up the whole ocean for an instant. Yeah, it is really neat. It's not going to electrocute you or anything, but it's a little unnerving getting back on the boat when there's lightning all around.
How much money do you need to spend to get into diving as a beginner? Not much, because when you take a class, which is where you start to become a diver, it typically includes the rental of the equipment. So you don't have to buy all the equipment immediately. Now, it is smart in a lot of cases to buy your equipment when you start if you know that diving is for you and you're going to be doing it more than like once a year on vacation or something. Because shops are smart, and what they do is they will give you a deal if you buy the equipment during the class. They'll do something like, look, if you buy the equipment before the class ends, we'll give you 15% off or whatever. So it's typically less expensive to just get your equipment during the class, but you don't have to do it. You can just use their gear, and you can rent equipment where you go if it's like a one time a year type of thing.
Hey, Juan, that's a good question. What kind of new diving technology would you like to see in the upcoming future? I've talked about this before, for me personally anyways, and I know there's hemming and hawing about it. I think eventually it would be really cool if there was a device, I guess it's internal in your body, that is actually truly monitoring what's going on with your body and adjusting the decompression models according to you, not based on a theoretical model, but exactly what's going on with you. Wouldn't that be amazing? It's like, your body is bubbling at this level, so this is what you need to do. Forget models. Models are just that. They've tested it on 1 million people, and they worked on almost everybody.
Yeah.
But this is really something that would monitor you. That would be amazing.
Tons of people from Germany. That's awesome. Somebody asked, when and where is your next dive? Exactly. Give me times and where it's going to be.
I know.
The
I
answer
think
is
I
we
know
don't
what it is.
We don't
Isn't it
know.
with Jonathan Bird?
It's in May at somewhere and at some point. I don't remember exactly, but the last one was this weekend. So we went diving this past weekend. And we had a whole plan to film. And we said, let's just focus on diving Friday and Saturday. Don't film or anything. Just take it easy and film on Sunday. And then we went diving. By the way, that video we need to film because it's going to be epic. And you don't believe me. So Woody and I have this like bet going. And we're going to settle it underwater. And we figure we'll record it for you guys to see. But anyway, the place where we went to film was blown out. Like visibility was 0, which means we can dive in it because we're cave divers and that's okay. But we would have filmed nothing. So we decided, no, let's wait. We'll keep our differences for now.
And it was siphoning. In other words, the water was blowing into the cave. That's very dangerous, right? Because that could really pick up speed, and now you can't get out of the cave.
Right.
You can't risk that. Even if I don't think it's siphoning that bad. 15 minutes later, it could be trap you in that cave. So that was an automatic no dive.
So we ended up not diving and not filming. But we did dive on Friday and Saturday, which was fun.
And the next dive we will be on the go, only on the go.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't had any lasting effects from the bends that I know of at all. 0. I've been diving a bunch since. Haven't felt one thing. In fact, been feeling great.
More
memberships.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is great.
Mariano
How often do
Santiago.
you dive on average? Was a question. About
Not
once
average
a month.
enough, not enough
One
these
week
days.
in a month, I would
but
say.
yeah, these days it's like 1 week in a month.
Oh, by the way, for those of you in Atlanta, I'll be diving this weekend at the aquarium, Saturday and Sunday. So somebody was asking, like, when is your next dive? I guess it's Saturday and Sunday.
Video suggestion: fitness and scuba diving.
Oh, yeah.
Dan
We actually
has
have
a lot of info regarding deaths due to poor fitness. Doug Ebersol and Neil Pollack can help a lot. I absolutely, for years, have preached that fitness and diving are very important. You should be fit. In my opinion, it helps to be fit.
We talked about the fact that there is a tech diver and cave diver fitness test. And we were going to take it and see if we can actually be cave divers and tech divers. It's like almost nobody takes the test, but we said, let's just do it. And it includes like a bunch of stuff, like walking on a treadmill with this incline at this speed for this many minutes and stuff like that, like to test your endurance and your capabilities. So we need to make a video of that for Dive Talk Plus. I don't think it's a main channel video, but
sounds good though.
Yeah.
I have never dove the living seas at Epcot. Obviously, the Georgia Aquarium many times, but I've never dove the Epcot living seas.
No.
I know it's a much smaller environment than the
And
6
shallow.
million plus gallon environment at the Georgia Aquarium called the Ocean Voyager, which I think is a max depth of 30 feet.
Yeah.
At the Georgia Aquarium.
Let's see. You remember the episode with Mike? You said one of your subs have a spring and you will explore it with Mike. Yes. It hasn't happened. The guy who owns the land that has the spring doesn't live there, so we would have to time both trips to be there at the exact same time. So we haven't coordinated to make that happen.
Joel, I hope your mom is okay. You said your mom loves us. She just got out of the hospital. Whatever it is, I hope she
works there. That was just her shift was over.
Well, whatever. I hope
so.
she had a speedy
Let's
recovery, and I hope she's fine. If she just works there, then that's even better news.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever done any dives with adaptive divers?
Yes.
I have not.
Many times. In fact, I went on a trip, a whole liveaboard trip with somebody that had, I'll tell you in a second, it was, I think it was muscular dystrophy. And I took care of her the whole trip. I was her guide. I had special training for it. I went through a course and became a classified dive instructor. And imagine that I was her guide the whole trip, holding her, helping her maneuver through the water, making sure she could surface, being her arms and legs and all of that. And it was so rewarding. You would think, wow, that you would want to do that for a whole week. She was crying with joy. And that brought me so much pleasure. And I would bring her around and show her things underwater. It was really, really rewarding. I'll never forget that trip with her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I did get trained. I went through a lot of training for that.
Yeah.
Where would you recommend training and starting my certification process? In or around Kentucky? Whatever local dive shop is near you. Because I find that you're going to go there and you're going to hang out with those people and you're going to dive with them because they're local. Look it up. There will be reviews about them. Go there, meet them. And then if they recommend a particular dive instructor at that shop in Kentucky, go meet that dive instructor and see if you bond. Talk to them for 15, 20 minutes. That's what I would do.
Absolutely. Dive recommendation.
I have one single time in my life, Jackson, once finally swam with a leatherback turtle. I had been waiting for decades to see a leatherback turtle. All of the sudden, in South Florida, I hear, oh my God, leatherback turtle. I've been like my whole life, these things are like dinosaur looking, right? I'm like, heard of them, seen pictures of them. We all gear up, jump off the freaking boat, stop the boat. And I got to see it swimming for a little bit underwater. And I've only seen one, and I've never seen another one since.
Michelle is asking dive shop recommendations in Florida or Mexico for cave diving certification training. It really depends on what type of certification you're pursuing. You know, if you want to get certified with a Sidewinder, I would say Cave Adventures will be my recommendation in Florida. I would say ProTech perhaps in Mexico, depending on where you want to go.
ProTech's amazing.
If you're telling me you want to do, double back mounts, I wouldn't recommend Cave Adventures for that. So it really depends on the equipment. But there's a lot of great instructors out there. I think this tip from Woody really makes sense, which is if you're going to do cave diving training, do it with someone who lives where the caves are, who are cave diving all the time, who are either teaching or cave diving when they're not teaching. Like someone who's super passionate. Those are typically really good instructors.
Oh, just by advanced open water and nitrox certification? Well, for that, I mean, if you're in South Florida, you have a gazillion choices. You have Pura Vida divers. That's amazing. You have Force E Scuba down there. They're amazing. You have Brownies. They're amazing. You have so much choice in South Florida. So again, go to a couple places, see if you relate with them and you bond with them. And what additional training do they offer after that? Do they offer trips after that? Go meet a few in person. Yeah. Thank you, no one. For the $5
Australian dollar donation. They're asking if we would like to try saturation diving with a crew and an oil rig or something like that.
I don't know.
It's Rishi. Cool. Rishi. Well, thank you for the super chat. I think that, saturation diving will be cool in my opinion. I would love to try it, but the spending a week to decompress part is the one that offsets any of my wishes to try saturation diving. I don't have time for that.
One time John Chatterton came to where I used to teach at their big event, they called it, and we got to speak with him and talk with him and all of that. It would be cool to interview him. Both of those guys, for sure. So, yeah, we will try to do that, Rishi, okay? That's a great suggestion. And thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, just one other supporter of ours for so long, from the beginning. Really, really cool.
Rishi's awesome. Let's see.
Number one wreck you would love to dive.
Easy. The Britannic for me.
I mean...
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that one. I would love to do that.
The Britannic in Greece will be amazing. Dream dive.
Saturation diving, guys, means that you fully there are 16 theoretical tissue compartments in your body. Science said we're going to break your bodies up into 16 different compartments. Some take on gas fast. And then they break them up into the speed and density of how fast they take on nitrogen. Right? Bone is very dense, so it's slower. They broke your body up into 16 compartments. When you have fully saturated all 16 compartments in your body, you can no longer take on any more nitrogen. You just can't. They're fully loaded with nitrogen. You're fully saturated. Now, at that point, you have a long, long time to come up because the slowest compartment, that 16th compartment, is going to take a long, long time to off gas, just like it took a long, long time to on gas. So if you fully saturated all 16 compartments, it means you were under for a very long time. So imagine how long you have to wait to come up. I mean, these guys have to
a week
sit there for a week or something like that in these oil rigs, and they're under pressure. They put them in like a chamber basically and keep them in it for like a week. So,
I wanted to mention, by the way, that I noticed that a lot of subscriptions are being lost, and YouTube goes through these purges where they eliminate what they think are like fake accounts or whatever.
Okay.
And I think this comes from the fact that some channels pay to get subscribers, So YouTube goes and removes all of these, and legit subscribers get tangled in the process. So I've noticed that a lot of our subscribers have been, removed.
Purged or something. Yeah.
Purged. So please check out your subscription status with the channel and hit subscribe if you're not. Because we've seen several comments of people who's like, wait a minute, I didn't get alerted. I'm not even subscribed anymore. Well, you were purged by YouTube, so make sure you check that.
We have no control over that. Just so you know.
Right.
Wow, you're going to school next year, Jackson, to become a saturation diver. I guess you're going to work on an oil rig. Amazing. Report back to us on that. Maybe, film some of the schooling itself. That would be interesting to hear what you have to go through and how long it takes. How much money does it cost? Or do they pay for it all? What's the gear involved? I don't have knowledge of this. I'm asking these things because that's something I have zero knowledge in. Wow, we're getting these super chats. Oh, the Scott
thank you.
Again.
Derek and Emily, they're coming to Bonaire.
Awesome, you too.
It's awesome. And they recently dove the aquarium too, again.
So nice.
They look great. I watched the live stream when they were diving, and they all look on trim, just perfect out there. It was great.
Another super chat. Few super chats. Wow. First of all, Lars, have you ever thought of a AI dive computer? I guess Shearwater would be the ones to think of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
That would be a cool test for your AI for ChatGPT to get it to plan a dive.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, see what it says.
All right, I'll try it right now. But why don't you read the next super chat that says
sure.
no one,
Thank
and
you
I'll
for
try
no one.
this.
I'm a bit of an anxious person by nature, and I always wanted to try scuba, but I'm not sure I would be suitable for it. Is there any way to conquer that, or is it too dangerous? So I would just go and sign up for a Try Scuba, your local dive shop. They will put you in a very shallow pool, like 1.2 meters. I'm talking in meters because you're in Australia. Pool where you can stand up and if you are panicked or whatever. So the first thing is going to start very simple. Put a regulator in your mouth, put your face in the water, breathe from it. Looks great. Then go down. Again, you can always stand up. So it's a progression. Little by little, you will get over that level of anxiousness that you may have. So definitely do a Try Scuba. It's very inexpensive and you can check it out. Yeah, love that a lot of people in this live stream are coming to Bonaire. Cannot wait to dive with you. It's gonna be epic.
ChatGPT is rocking on this planning. Oh my goodness.
Going crazy.
This is amazing. It's step by step of this thing. I'm gonna give you the big pictures of what it's gonna come up with. Not read it all,
dude,
but
if it says pee on your wetsuit, I'm gonna be.
No. This is amazing. Like we could teach. Just let it teach this.
All right, let's see.
Wow.
Right. ChatGPT dive planning.
Okay, so it came up with categories. It talks about that a lot of factors needs to be done carefully, but here's a brief plan, and I'm not going to read it. It talks about the pre-dive preparation.
Oh my goodness.
Then it goes through all the things you have to do on the pre-dive. Then it talks about the dive plan itself. It talks about the maximum depth at 32%, and it's right. It calculates that at 111 feet. It talks about the gas management, and it talks about the rule of thirds. And it talks about your sac rate, and it talks about your dive time and your no decompression limit, which it basically says at 32% is around 40 minutes. However, your actual dive time may be less, depending on your sac rate. It talks about safety stops. It talks about your post-dive and what you should do with your equipment. And it's a basic guide, and then it talks about the risk associated with nitrox and so forth. That's awesome. Pretty good.
That's really good. Well, there you go. Now you just have to put ChatGPT on a Shearwater computer and
that's amazing though. This would be it's good for teaching.
Yeah, amazing. Let's see. So a lot of people, again, questions about the weight loss and all that stuff, if I'm going to make a video or not. Not really. I'm not a fitness instructor. Like, I appreciate the comments.
Again,
I know people
you're
are
not
confused.
a doctor and
I'm
you're not a fitness instructor.
So no, work with your doctor, your whatever nutritionist, however you call it, and figure out a plan that works for you. I am not going to make a video about it.
But if you want to know about quantum physics, then maybe that would come to me.
I'm not on steroids. At least I will look. If I was, I will want to look like the guy that plays Reacher, Alan Richardson. Why not? But no, I'm not on steroids or anything.
Oh, wow. Jorge just said he went to your method and reversed the bolt snaps on the go, by the way.
Smart.
Really cool. Way better.
Okay, I'll let you talk about this one. What's the difference between a master diver and a dive master?
Oh, yeah, big difference. Dive master is a professional level certification. You, at that point, are, call it like a step away from an instructor. You're assisting the instructor. You can also be a professional guide when you're a dive master and get paid for it, right? Master diver is the highest certification level you can reach as a recreational diver. Some call it a few different classifications, but it means that you have gone all the way through their rescue class, and I believe it means you have gotten like 4 or 5, I think it's 5 specialty certifications within that agency, and it may even have required 100 dives. At that point, you are a master diver. They kind of call it the black belt certification of recreational diving. But you're not a dive professional. You're not qualified to guide people on a dive or teach them anything. That's the difference. Dive master, professional level certification. Master diver, highest recreational level certification.
Nice. Let's see. Scariest experience or close call you'll have experienced. So I talk about mine. If you watch the video, it's still the same. If you watch the video from Roaring River Part 1, I talk about, the episode I had, the incident I had at Roaring River. So that's still the scariest thing for me. Which was fine, but it was scary.
We're going to put on the website, Why Pink.
Oh, why is that not on our website already? I thought
maybe it's already on there. I didn't know. I knew you were going to update it, so I've sent it out a bunch, but
why Dan and not Aquamed? I'm not sure, but I heard, and this is just rumors at this point because I haven't confirmed, but I heard Aquamed only works when you're overseas or like out of the country. But most of the dive that we do is in the country, so if there's an insurance that's not going to cover me while I'm in here, then I'm not interested. I want an insurance that covers me everywhere. Maybe it's wrong, but that's what I heard.
Can you announce the name of this latest super chat? Can you tell me what that says?
That's
Xerox Amoxa?
Xerox
Epoxy.
Xerox.
Thank you, Xerox Epoxy. You appreciate you guys so much. I've been getting unsubbed. Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's that Google thing Gus just talked about. It's so sorry. It also happens with the Y-Files channel. You could try membership to say subscribe, but not sure yet if it works. I'm really sorry about it. We know it happens every so often. Just resubscribe, please. We do not have any control over that whatsoever. So sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, thank you for the clarification. SSI requires only 50 dives to plus the classes to become a master diver. I couldn't remember if it was 50 or 100. I think most are 50, Mike. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. The Dive Talk Academy, we're calling it, agency is coming along. It will be, in my opinion, the #1 learning platform in the world of diving. I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like what we're about to build. It's next level. You will be blown away. Stay tuned. I cannot wait to roll this thing out.
Are you all sponsored? Another question. No, but if Rolex calls, I think I will be on board. I hope.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they say I'm gonna,
Yeah.
But no, we're not. I mean, we have companies like Orcatorch, for example. They've always been a supporter by giving away tons of products to us to give away. So at our meetup, at this meetup, by the way, that's one thing we didn't mention. Some of the prizes we're going to give away at this meetup are epic. Sidewinder, lights, all kinds of stuff. More prizes, I believe Terry can chime in, than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
Everybody will walk out of there with something. And then if you're Rishi and you buy 14,000 tickets, he then gives everything that he wins. He gives it away at the meetup. He's so generous.
Yeah.
He buys tons of the raffle tickets. That's how we pick your number and then you get a prize. And he gives them away.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a submarine? No. I have not. That would be awesome.
Wait, I remember that Disney World when I was a kid had one and like a ride.
That's okay. That's not part of it.
Huh.
Which specialty courses would you recommend? I mean, man, depends on what you're trying to do and where you want to go. I mean, that's such a broad
Some
question.
of the basic ones, though, are I think you should take a perfect buoyancy class. I think nitrox is a very logical one. I think it should be almost taken with your open water. And I think navigation is a very handy one to learn to really master some of the patterns of using your compass. I think those are really good. And then if you plan on going deep, like you're into wrecks, deep is a good one. That kind of gets you familiar with additional considerations and additional dive planning that you need to do associated with going below 100 feet. Technically, the dive agencies will say anything below 60 feet is deep, but most of them these deep classes will take you down to 100 or so. Yeah. And I believe most of them then say you're certified to dive to a maximum depth of 130 feet once you have their deep specialty. That's probably pretty uniform across most agencies.
Right. Somebody asked about the black tip DPVs. I heard good things from them, but they are not like the elite DPVs and stuff that most cave divers use.
We're a dealer. Tier. We don't talk a lot about what we sell.
We're a dealer.
We should
for
start
Seacraft.
doing that.
Yeah.
We sell certain products that we're dealers in, and we can really help you, and we're going to give you as good a price as anybody else. Seacraft, we're dealers in. Didn't we become dealers in something else recently?
So we're dealers for Kiss Rebreathers. We're dealers for Seacraft. We're dealers for Fourth Element.
X-Deep?
We're dealers for X-Deep. We're dealers for Light Monkey. We're dealers for several companies. We became dealers because a lot of people reach out to us and want to buy through us in our recommendation, and we really wanted to be dealers only for the products that we trust and dive with. Like, we don't want to be like every dive shop that has 1,000 options or whatever. It's like, no, we dive with Seacraft DPVs, so we will sell them because we know they're great. And we're not saying other companies are bad, by the way, because somebody asked about the Hollis Prism. You know, what do we think about it? I've never dived another rebreather except for Kiss and the Dive Talk Go. So I can't say anything about them, bad or good.
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah.
And we don't use, if you'll notice, we're very careful about not using our own channel as a big sales tool to you guys. This may be the first time actually on a live we've ever even talked about that we are dealers.
Right.
So if you want to reach out to us and buy one of these things that you were going to buy anyways through us, it would help us. We would appreciate it. And we kind of know a thing or two about the products that we believe in, but we never push that on our channel.
Exactly. So dealers mean a lot of companies out there don't sell direct to consumer. Like, there's very few. Like, we sell direct to consumer, like the Dive Talk Go, you can buy directly from us. And also like Deep Six will sell direct to consumers, X Deep as well. But very few companies do that. Most companies rely on you buying through a dealer or a vendor, if you want to think about it that way. But the advantage of that is that you have now someone who can repair your stuff, maintain your stuff. If you have any issues with it and need warranty work, they'll be the ones dealing with the manufacturers for you. So there are some advantages of going through dealers.
Hey, Perry, that's a good question. Is Kiss Rebreather, or just remove the word Kiss, are rebreathers for cave divers or suitable for open water? Listen, our Dive Talk Go rebreather is for every single diver that's you have a recreational BC and you want to jump off a boat and do a 2 or 3 hour drift dive. That's what it would be for. Don't associate rebreathers with cave diving. That's not a thing. You can cave dive with a rebreather. You can cave dive without a rebreather.
Yep.
Rebreathers are for the purpose of extending your bottom time because you're rebreathing the same gas over and over again.
So Mike is asking, how do I purchase a Seacraft from you guys? Just email us, info@divetalk.com. We're right now working on a website, and I see some people saying that the website may be down, timing out, whatever. We're working on it. So a lot of the stuff that we're talking about will be listed for sale directly from our website. But for now, just email us, info@divetalk.com, and we can figure it out.
And thank you for asking that, Mike. It does help us if you would be willing to trust us and purchase. We only sell what I think is some of the most world-class products out there. And I'm sure there's other products that are also world-class.
Yeah. We don't sell Garmin computers. We don't sell Sunto computers. We don't sell Apex computers. Like, we sell Shearwater computers.
That's it. That's all we dive with.
That's all we dive. Yeah. Somebody asked about, let me think.
Oh, side mount on recreational diving? Great.
Sure.
Awesome.
Why not?
If you're comfortable and trained in it, amazing way to dive. It's very comfortable to be in side mount on a nice open water dive, especially in a wreck. No problem. I mean, it may take you a minute longer to put your tanks on and get off the boat. That would be the downside if I had one. Just the quirkiness of putting your side mount tanks on a boat. It's going to be a little bit more work to do that. Maybe they'll let you put them on in the water, but if you're drifting, that could be tricky. They need you to get in and get down quick. So that would be pros and cons.
Several questions about the Go being available. So there is a very small number of Go rebreathers out there that exist. Mainly they are owned by instructors who are putting in hours and getting very familiar with the units. So that way when it goes out for sale to everyone like you watching, then you can hire an instructor or go with an instructor that is experienced in the unit. Because with every single brand new unit, you're never going to find an instructor that has 10 years of experience diving the Go because it's brand new. So instructors out there have units. They're putting in hours. We had one of our instructors put in 25 hours this weekend alone.
I know. Awesome.
So they're putting in a bunch of hours in the unit, diving them all over the place. And that's the small batch that's out there.
But it's coming, guys. Next 30 days, it'll be out there. Enter the adventure. This is we appreciate this question. How do we sign up for the Go demo in Bonaire, which we're going to be doing? I'm going to ask us that question since I'm not good with this stuff. Do you reach out to Terry and get on a list right now?
For what?
They want to do the Go demos that we're going to be doing in the Bonaire meetup.
Correct. So, so there's a try rebreather you can sign up for. Either when you register, it's an option, or if you change your mind and want to add it later, let us know. There's limited spaces because we want to give people like 30 minutes in the unit. It's not like put it on, go in the water, done. Next. It's about 30 minutes that you will spend diving the unit. And because of that, we're only there for a week. We don't have unlimited time. So we have a small number of spots. I think we'll do like a couple hours every day. So like 4 people a day or something like that. Yeah. So I think we're pretty close to selling out on those.
Once you try it, though, you're going to like it.
You're going to want to sign up.
You're going to like it a lot. It's my favorite rebreather. Now, because I like simple and easy. I don't like complex. I absolutely love this thing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the Go rebreather and manual. Yes, manual CCR. We will never, we will not be doing electronic rebreathers for the foreseeable future. I don't like the word never.
Yeah.
Wow. Member for 22 months. Very nice. Where does Dive Talk sit on GUE? They're a great first-class, first-rate agency.
Yeah.
There's nothing for us to say negative about an agency. What I will tell you is I don't care about the agency. What I would rather talk about is where does Dive Talk sit on this instructor?
Yeah, instructor.
Because you could have a great GUE instructor or a bad GUE instructor. It's all about the instructor, right? I mean, GUE is just an agency, but who teaches for them is what really matters. That's what I think. But
yeah, I mean, I obviously it's hard not to respect an agency that's focused on giving people real world experience and skills and focuses so much on, creating competent divers. There are some things about GUE I don't personally agree with, like the fact that if like if you're a smoker, you can be part of the agency. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. You have never smoked either. So I'm obviously pro not smoke. Like you should not smoke. It's bad for your health and you shouldn't do it. But I wouldn't stop you from diving if you're a smoker, like make it a rule. Like if you dive, get out of here. Like if you smoke, get out of here. I don't agree with that. just because I don't do it. They also have some rules like BMI numbers for their instructors. You have to be thin enough or healthy enough to be an instructor with
Oh,
you.
really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you gain some weight, you're kicked out.
Wow.
They have rules like that.
Wow. Okay.
Again, disagree or agree, but there are some things that they do that I'm kind of like, is that really needed though? Is that really necessary? I don't know.
That's a good question, Yoshi. Is it difficult to maintain a rebreather, and is the system beginner friendly? The Go rebreather is going to be very friendly to anybody looking to get into the rebreather world, but it's still technical diving. What I will tell you is you're going to need to have a certain, I think it's like, let me remember how many hours of open water you have to have or how many dives. I always hate when I have to remember this stuff without looking at the standards. Something like 50 dives under your belt or something like that. We have to look at the standards. And then, no, I don't think it's hard to maintain the Dive Talk Go, but I could tell you we're going to create a plan where we'll be willing to help you maintain it for you. We're going to create a plan where you pay an annual fee. You can send it in. That will keep it under warranty. And every year we'll do all the maintenance on it for you. How's that for a novel idea that nobody's doing? That's getting ready to roll out. It's going to be called the Dive Talk Shield.
Yeah.
Gus thought of that.
Would you dive the Britannic on a Sidewinder? Sure, but no, it wouldn't be my main preference. 300 feet. It's a deep
I would
probably do the Spirit.
Yeah, I'd probably do the Spirit.
It's easier to don on a boat, especially with bad, Z's or whatever. But I would do it on a Sidewinder if that was my only choice. Sure. I would say, to piggyback from your comment about 50 dives, I would say that for me, I would like a student learning to go to be at a level where open circuit is like a no-brainer. It's like if they have to bail out to open circuit, I don't want them to be like, wait, how do I do this again? Like,
great point.
No, it needs to be like second nature, like kind of like if you drive a stick shift, a manual car, after a while you don't think about like, am I on first or second? You're just driving it. That's how diving open circuit should be before you get into a rebreather. Because
that's a great point.
Yeah, because you'll be thinking about the rebreather, at least initially for a while, like at least the first 25 dives, you'll be thinking about it, carefully. So the last thing you need is to also have to worry about or think about the open circuit side.
Excellent point.
Yeah, definitely. Jorge, reminding
everyone. I don't have too much more time.
Let's do like one more question. All right, let's do like one more question. Let's see.
300 viewers. This has been a great live. Your questions have been awesome. Thank you for the great questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, you pick it. Pick the question.
Yeah, let's see. Let's pick an interesting one that we can both answer. That way it's not just one.
I saw one really quick that says, is IANTD providing the cert for the Go? They do have a cert for it. We also are going to be having our own agency. Dive Talk Academy is coming. But go ahead. That wasn't the question. You pick it.
Okay, let's just go with this one. Have you ever regretted going on a dive at the last minute because it was too dangerous? I have an interesting story about this one. And I think we've talked about it in the past, but not much. And you were on that dive with me, by the way. I think we both thought the same.
Regretted it?
Not regretted it, but like as we started the dive, we're like, what is going on right now? What's happening?
I mean, there's been a couple, but then I end up liking them. But
really?
Maybe I'm not remembering which one you're talking about.
So, the first ocean cave dive we did together.
Oh,
Dos Coronas.
Oh, my God.
In Cozumel. It was
crazy.
A disaster.
Insane.
Yeah, it was insane. So Woody and I went on a trip. This was before Dive Talk. This is back in the day.
I remember this sucker. This was crazy.
So anyway, I was certified as a cave diver in like 2020, I think it was, and then for like New Year's of 2020 to 2021, we went to Cozumel, all rebreather divers.
Yeah.
And they said, well, everyone who's a cave diver can go on this next dive, which is to this
ocean cave.
Great, no problem. So I was excited, new cave diver, and we go, and I get paired up with Woody and Doug. It was the three of us, plus the guide. Okay?
Guide.
So this guy's very experienced cave diving guide. There's the four of us.
And remember, we had to swim a long way to get to it. Did that ring?
God.
Do you remember that?
That was
Yeah,
terrible.
long.
Yes.
Okay.
It's terrible. So anyway, we jump in out of the boat, swim like 2 miles to get to this cave. It was ridiculous. And then we go in, and basically they said, look, that cave's going to go everywhere. So you guys go whatever direction, and you start dropping cookies so we know where you went. And that way, if you see somebody went in that direction, go in another direction. So it was like the plan was kind of messed up. And then they said, just dive like an hour and come out. Like an approximate. And it's a very shallow, like most of the dive, I don't know if you remember, was in the hydrocline.
Yes.
Or
I do remember seeing nothing for many reasons.
What is going on? Hydrocline is when the salt water and fresh water mix, and it gives you like, imagine looking underwater with no goggles or a mask. And you can't really see, your eyes can't really see perfectly. Well, that's how you look with a mask. It's all messed up. Anyway, we go on this dive. First thing I notice is that the line in the cave has so much growth, like stuff growing on it. Okay, which typically makes the line weaker because it has all this marine life growing on the line.
Yeah.
And this was certified when the first jump our guide made broke the line immediately. It just snapped the line in half. One end goes that way, one end goes the other way. So like 5 minutes into the dive, we're like, what is going on? This
remember
insane.
when you broke the line, there was no like repairing the line.
No, like I remember I went because the line fell over there, and I went and grabbed it and gave it to the guy and said, here, so you can fix it. He just looked and just threw it.
Like, we have no line.
So whoever was in that tunnel will probably die. Okay, well, he knows what he's doing. And the funny part
did any cookie even stay on the line, or did it just immediately dissolve the line? That was a problem.
The funniest part was when he was making the jump and he was standing on the ground. Remember? And the cave.
I've still died to this day. Literally vertically standing.
Yeah,
standing in a cave. But then he just dropped the reel.
What are you doing?
It wasn't tied off to anything. He literally took the reel and dropped it
around,
and I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna get out.
What?
Because when you turn around and we looked, we're like, you can't see anything.
No kicking technique, nothing. Like our guy, I was second, so I witnessed all of this.
And you were just all proud of your cave training and technique and line repair and cookie dropping.
Ridiculous.
And how to tie off your line.
Yeah.
Nothing was applied.
And then we get to this canyon, and our guy goes in first. Again, no kicking technique whatsoever. So it just rains and goes to zero vis. And we're going in, and that's when I said,
done.
Okay, you guys can go. I'll wait here for you because I'm going to rebreathe. I'll wait as long as you want. And both of you and Doug, you're like, I'm not.
This guy's a lunatic. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah. So our guide went in, and like 5 minutes later, he turns around and he's like, what happened? And we're all like, all three of us are like, thumbs up. Let's get out of here.
Like,
this is a disaster.
It's a disaster.
Yeah. And the cave was just not pretty. Like, it was just sand, like mud everywhere, raining on you. It was just a nasty cave.
Yeah.
The only thing that was funny was on our way out, we'd run into Mike Young, right at the entrance of the cave. And he scares the biggest lobster I've ever seen. He scares it. And the lobster is swimming away from him, panic, 1,000,000 miles an hour, and hits me right on the chest. I
remember that.
I almost flood my rebreather. I'm like, hey, Mike, bam! Just like, what was that?
Yeah.
And Mike is laughing and laughing.
I remember that.
I still to this day, I'm like, what just happened?
Crazy.
Dude, I got hit full force by this lobster. So anyway, that was the only dive I can remember that I was just like,
it was just dangerous in retrospect. You know, you don't do that stuff. And
also our first attempt at going to Woody's room, that was sketchy too. Because we did it in spirits.
I loved that dive.
Yeah, well, going all the way to the Woody's room
when
was
we
nice.
made it all the way on the Sidewinder, that was one of my favorite dives.
Yeah, but the first one was on a Spirit, which was dumb.
Oh, we blew that thing out. You got no room. You can't fit in there with it.
Anyway,
a couple Spirit's of times. A back mount rebreather, and the Sidewinder is a side mount rebreather. There's no way you make it to Woody's room and would not be on a side mount rebreather. Impossible.
Impossible. So anyway, a couple of times where we have gone in and midway through the dive, we're like, this is dumb. What are we doing? That's always fun. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Once again, divetalkmeetup.com. Register and come dive with us in Bonaire. It's going to be epic.
Yes.
Jill Heinerth, Gareth Locke, speakers. We have a lot of surprises I don't want to share yet for the meetup, but it's going to be epic. 24/7 diving, 5-star resort. It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait. July 6th through the 13th. Join us. divetalkmeetup.com once again. And we'll see you then. Thank you again for joining us. Any last words?
We're excited. We have a lot of big things coming up, and we're going to announce them soon. We are creating the Dive Talk Academy. Our website is going to be doing some things that nothing in diving is doing. The Dive Talk Go is going to be released. We're pretty excited. We have a lot.
Yeah.
We're literally in motion right now. And I always just end by saying thank you. I really appreciate that we have this following. I don't take it for granted. Yeah. I know it's an important responsibility, and we value that. I value that. We both value that. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys on the next time.